The average new car payment just hit $730 a month. That is not the price of freedom. That is the price of a financial cage. But here is the part nobody tells you at the dealership. That payment was engineered to keep you broke for as long as possible. I am going to show you exactly how the machine works. It starts the moment you step onto the lot and breathe that new car smell. The salesman does not ask what you can afford. He asks what you can pay each month. Monthly framing is a psychological trap designed to make any price feel small. 17% interest does not sound real when it is sliced into 84 bite-sized payments. 84 months. 7 years. The car will be worthless before you own it. New cars lose 20% of their value the second your pen hits the paper. Drive it off the lot, and you are already underwater. Underwater means you owe more than the thing is worth. That gap is not a bug. It is the profit engine. Gap insurance, wheel packages, nitrogen tires. They stack fees on top of a sinking asset. The finance office is where the real damage happens. They call it dealer reserve. I call it a hidden interest markup. The bank gives them a rate. They raise it. They pocket the difference. You never see the markup, but you feel it every single month. And if your credit is bruised, they do not help you. They hunt you. Subprime auto loans carry interest rates that would make a credit card blush. 20% interest on a depreciating metal box is not banking. It is extraction. The median borrower now owes more on their trade-in than it is worth. Negative equity rolls into the next loan like a snowball gaining speed. People are paying off cars they crushed 3 years ago. This is not a series of bad decisions. It is a system. The system needs you to upgrade before you ever own the thing. Ownership is the enemy of the auto lender. If you own the car, the revenue stream dies. So they stretch the term until the car dies first. 7-year loans were rare a decade ago. Now they are the norm. The longer the loan, the more interest you pay on an asset that rots. By month 60, you have paid $40,000 for a $25,000 car. But the real cost is what that money could have become. Compound interest works in reverse when it leaves your pocket instead of entering it. That $700 a month, invested at 8%, is not $700. Over 7 years, it is $75,000 you no longer have. That is a down payment on a house. Vanished. That is 2 years of emergency fund. Gone. The car did not take your money. The payment structure did. And the lenders know exactly what they are doing. Auto debt in America just crossed $1.6 trillion. That is bigger than the GDP of most countries on Earth. It is a wealth transfer machine, and you are the fuel. The dealership is not the villain. The design is. A system built on monthly confusion, depreciation denial, and rolled over regret. They do not want you to understand it. They want you to sign. But once you see the trap, you can step around it. The question is not whether you need a car. The question is whether you will let a payment own your future. You already know what happens if you stay on this road. The payment hits before groceries, before heat, before medicine. $700 does not disappear. It mortgages your future self. Miss one check, and the repo lot opens at dawn. Keep paying, and you still lose, only slower. That is not ownership. It is a subscription to rust. And the subscription auto-renews with every new model year. They call you a buyer. In the ledger, you are monthly yield. 3 years in, the transmission fails on the shoulder. You still owe $20,000. The car is worth $12,000. So you roll the debt into the next loan, like a snowball. Each refinance stretches the chain without breaking it. Negative equity becomes a permanent passenger in the back seat. This is not your private mistake. It is 40 million households. An entire workforce writing checks instead of building equity. Capital that could seed a business, buy a home, fund a degree. Instead, it all vanishes into quarterly earnings reports. Your future income is someone else's dividend payment. They sell freedom, but deliver a schedule you cannot miss. A job you cannot quit because of the payment. A commute you cannot shorten because the city sprawled outward. Transit was dismantled by the same hand that sold you escape. The car built the sprawl. The sprawl demands the car. Stress does not stay in the glove box when you park. It wakes you at 3 a.m, heavy as a stone. We do not talk about this debt at dinner parties. It is the silent bill that ate the American dream. And the museum is closing because nobody can afford the ticket. Knowing the trap does not spring the door open. The used market is inflated by the same easy credit. Cash buyers are outbid by borrowers willing to pay anything monthly. You are not lazy. You are boxed in by design. So what is the real price of that payment? It is not the sticker. It is not even the interest. It is the compound interest on a life you never lived. The emergency fund that never grew because the transmission died first. The yes you could not say to a better opportunity. Over a lifetime, the average household burns 6 figures on car debt. That is not a transportation budget. It is a wealth transfer. From your family to a boardroom, you will never enter. From your child's education to a shareholder's third vacation home. The machine does not malfunction. It functions exactly as built. There is a reason they call it financing, not buying. Because buying ends. Financing is built to renew forever. Renewal is not a feature, it is the entire business model. The question was never really about the car. It is about who owns your time. Because time is the only asset you cannot finance back. Every payment is a slice of life sold in advance. The final invoice comes due when you realize the road has ended. The road ends, but the debt keeps driving right off the cliff with you. You signed the papers, but they built the trap. $730 a month does not buy freedom. It buys a gilded cage with leather seats. They sold you a dream of ownership and status. They never mentioned the dream has a 72-month lien. By month 40, you hate the dashboard you still owe 12 grand on. By month 60, the engine ticks, and so does the clock. This is not a story about cars, it is about stolen time. Every payment is a slice of your future you will never get back. That money could have been a house fund, a safety net, a life. Instead, it became profit for a lender you will never meet. The system does not break, it breaks you. But they cannot finance your refusal to play along. The most powerful thing you own is the pen that signs nothing. Drive the old car. Take the bus. Walk if you must. Freedom smells like a vehicle you can actually afford to own. Or it smells like no car at all, and that is okay. Your future is worth more than any payment designed to keep you broke. Stop the car. Open the door. The exit was always yours.